Hello, and welcome aboard to this episode of the We Are Reading One Piece podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to following the entire story of One Piece from beginning to end as we focus on each volume. We keep the discussion spoiler free for new fans of the series, so this is the perfect place to follow along, whether you're new to the series or just want to revisit the world of One Piece with us. This week, we will be covering the first part of Volume 72, Dressrosa's Forgotten, which covers chapters 712 through 716. My name is Joel, and I'll be your host. Joining me today, we have Evan.
What's up?
And we have Cody.
I don't think I ever registered you saying beginning to end until just now, and I'm still processing that.
I'm sure there'll be an end at some point that we'll eventually cover. That's the plan. So
it's just, oh wow, yeah. Still crazy to think about. 716 chapters in.
Yeah, I'm future proofing because at some point there will be an end of the series. Yeah, so we are kicking things back to Dressrosa. Things are in full swing. Things got pretty crazy pretty fast. So to get everybody back up to speed, I'm just going to give the summary from the beginning of the volume, which will kind of backtrack a little bit, but bring us back up to where we are now. The crew happens upon Trafalgar Law on the island of Punk Hazard, run by Caesar Clown. At his suggestion, they form a new pirate alliance that seeks to take down one of the four emperors. In order to draw Doflamingo's attention, they must first capture Caesar, who is producing the artificial devil fruit that Doflamingo sells to the Emperor Kaido. They force Doflamingo to swear to leave the seven warlords and infiltrate his kingdom, Dressrosa. The crew splits up into three teams, destroying the factory, handing over Caesar, and guarding the Thousand Sunny. Luffy's in the factory destroying team, but he takes a detour to join a Coliseum tournament, offering Ace's flame fruit as a prize. Meanwhile, Law's team goes to hand over Caesar, but it was a trap. And now Usopp's team has been captured by little people.
Luffy taking a detour. Who would have guessed?
Perfect.
Just a quick permanent of power detour. Shouldn't take long.
It's like, all right, Luffy, you're in this team. He's like, I'm going to make my own team.
See ya.
I don't want to do that. But yeah, he's got a good reason.
So before we open the volume, there is something I wanted to bring to your attention. Do you guys have the book near you?
I have the volume here. 72.
Yeah.
I don't have the physical book. I'm on the Viz website.
All right, because I'm looking at the cover, and if you flip it upside down and look at Don Chin Jao's face, it looks like a face upside down. If you look at his,
Wait, what?
Can you look at this, Cody? So if you look at his head wrinkles as lips, and then if you see his eyebrows as a mustache,
wait, what the?
And then his hair is hanging down because it's actually.
Yeah,
this is volume 72, right?
Are you seeing this?
I'm not sure if it's coming through. Yeah, I think it's coming through, right?
Wait, what the hell?
Right? That's too good. That's too good. Isn't that wild?
That's insane. Wow.
Yep.
Evan, what did we tell you about? Look at the covers.
He's even got a
This is why we reread.
like a double chin.
That's why they call him Don Chin Jao.
Well, it's funny because I think I got here because he does like that like backwards diving attack.
Oh yeah,
it's like the backwards thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, this dude's face looks like a face when you invert it.
What a weird guy.
Yeah, because he's got like the two bulges like on his head.
Right. Which makes a perfect chin. And his wrinkles make a perfect mouth, and his eyebrows make a perfect mustache, and his hair is hanging down because it's levitating in the other direction.
It's stuff like this that makes me glad I'm not on my own for the reread. That's why I'm glad we're collaborating, so we can get to the real juicy nuggets.
Right, dude? You never would have saw this hidden face.
No, exactly. I'm being silly, but like I do appreciate it. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I also have something I wanted to bring up, but I will bring up at one point during one of the cover stories because there's some details that had come up previously. I'll fill you guys back in. Just a little teaser. But for now, like Luffy, we're gonna take a detour from Dressrosa and go to Caribou's New World Kihihi Volume 30. Run Gabaru. If you insist. Gabiru's grandmother tells Caribou to run and save himself, which he does without hesitation.
So this is the penultimate volume. Didn't I predict it'd be 31?
We said 31. We
Yeah, so
said
this is the
31.
penultimate boss battle, Grammy versus Robot Man.
Yeah, we'll see if you're right.
And we have not read any other chapters in the volume. We are reading these as we go for those who didn't know. So it's definitely Evan's theory is about to be 100%
get ready for
correct.
volume 31, the epic showdown of the finale of Grammy versus Robot Guy.
But yeah, Caribou's still being Caribou, taking advantage of the situation.
Shocker.
Yeah, sure, Granny. It looks like you got this. No problem.
She should have had the cover story the whole time.
Yeah, right. I agree.
She's sick. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's about to unleash some Supreme King hockey right here, so this guy better watch out.
Yep. Just as I predicted.
All right, well, let's move on to the main chapter, chapter 712, Violet. Violet has beaten up Sanji, revealing that she manipulated him. She's actually one of Doflamingo's assassins, part of Trouble's army. She uses the power of her glare fruit to read his thoughts to obtain information on the Straw Hats, but is disgusted by his level of perversion. Sanji refuses to believe that she truly wants to work with Doflamingo. Even though he can't read minds, he will never doubt a woman's tears. Violet is convinced by Sanji to let her guard down a bit, and she agrees to help him, showing him a memory this morning about how Doflamingo stepping down as one of the warlords was a ruse in order to trap the Straw Hats. CP0 had arrived that morning and told the people of Dressrosa this was a false report. They were told to carry on as normal. On Greenbit, Fujitora is updated by Sakazuki about the false report and is ordered to handle the situation. Robin appears to Law from underground using her Devil Fruit ability to fill him in on what is happening with her and Usopp, but they won't be able to assist. Law is left to deal with Doflamingo and Fujitora on his own. As Block C is about to begin their round at the Coliseum, newspapers begin to fall around Dressrosa with the updated paper explaining Doflamingo did not step down as one of the 7 warlords or their king. Law is shocked by how much influence Doflamingo has, which seems to be similar to the level of a celestial dragon.
Yeah, what?
What?
Thoughts on this one?
If we're gonna start from the top, I think Violet's ability is actually really cool.
Yeah.
I also love this thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Oh my god.
Her pose! She's doing the pose!
The
Ah!
pose. So good.
Yeah, that's like such an Oda thing to do. But yeah, that's so
But
great.
the making the lens and being able to see through people is very cool. Being able to like see into people's minds as well, and having it also work in the opposite direction.
Yeah, like she can share memory.
Yeah, that's so sick.
I do
Really
like seeing the
creative
powers
Devil
get.
Fruit.
I do like seeing the Devil Fruit powers get either weirder or like more conceptual as we go further and further into the grand line. Like
Yeah.
I think Kuma's paw fruit was like one of like this is really out of left field and it doesn't quite fit the mold of what we see. So seeing more, they're just like, oh, how far can I take this concept? I think is really neat.
Yeah.
I don't
'cause,
understand how she did the tear whales. That's the thing that I'm still confused on. But everything else, I'm just like, this is sick.
Yeah, the tear wheels seem a little different from the rest of the powers, but she's still doing some kind of like, I think like some kind of like hand symbols or something. And like she's kind of cutting the tears. But yeah, I don't know exactly how that fits into the glare fruit. Maybe because it's related to eyes.
She was
That was
crying
my-
a lot.
yeah.
He found her. She was crying. She kind of cries throughout this whole scene. Like, not that explains why whales can be produced from her tears, but like,
I feel
Crying
like
is
there's
my
some
superpower.
pun.
yeah,
I feel like there's something in Japanese that was like, this can be a joke that's just not translating or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the fruit's name is in Japanese. Yeah, and then like there's also like the ability to do like an X-ray too. So it's also not just like about memories or like reading somebody's mind. So she can also do like an X-ray and literally see through somebody too.
yeah,
So there's quite a few different applications for this devil fruit.
yeah. Really cool. I'm a fan.
But this turn was a little bit like too good to be true for Sanji. It seemed like, oh wow, this woman's interested in Sanji. Like, wow. But of course, it turns out she was kind of manipulating him and putting on an act, but it seemed like it wasn't like a full act. There might be like some truth to it that Sanji was recognizing, and he didn't want to fully accept that. She was like there's no like good in her, or like she was just like she wants to be in the situation. So Sanji's kind of recognizing something about her that she kind of didn't want to seem to admit to herself or to like other people. So yeah, Sanji kind of stands up for what he believes in, and he tries to see the best in this woman.
Yeah, which I feel like works well with Sanji's character. I feel like he's like, I know a damsel in distress when I see one. It's kind of my specialty,
Yeah.
and
I
he is
also
correct here.
no, I can keep going.
No, I was just gonna say he is correct here, and I also really like his line, "I'll never doubt a woman's tears." Solid
Especially when they
line.
can turn to whales.
Yeah,
Nice. I love this for Sanji personally. I know that
yeah,
I know we've had our own Sanji discourse, and I feel like within the fandom, there's also a lot of Sanji discourse. I don't know, seeing him in a vulnerable state, seeing him get tricked, but have it still come down to being a genuine person and looking into someone's heart and trying to help them out. That feels so Sanji to his core. So
yeah,
even when he is like kind of pathetic and like gives into like the perv side of it, when that's at the heart of it, I'm honestly a big fan.
Yeah, like this is more of like a chivalrous type of thing. So like that's how it works for me. Like this really works on that level. And this is kind of like, Sanji's also being kind of cool in the situation, even though like he's also a little bit of a joke at the same time, but it's not like to a level where it's like, oh, like it's not like that groany. That's actually pretty funny here.
mhm.
Like I love this panel where Sanji's getting kicked in the face. Um, Thankfully, it looks like she didn't actually use the heel, so that could have been real bad. But but yeah, Sanji's just being like pretty chill about this. He gets kicked in the face, doesn't say anything, and even after that, he's not going to let this woman off the hook of being like I recognize there's something here. There's something more than what you're letting on. So Sanji's kind of going out on the limb too, but I think it's like a compassion thing because he realizes that this woman
Yeah,
is in distress on some level, and that's what makes this great. Even like when she's like reading his mind and like she's like shocked at like how vulgar it is. Like I do think that's like really funny.
yeah,
Because like all right, be careful what you look for with Sanji's minds. It's pretty messy in there. But it's not like something that's like explicit for like what we know, or it's not like something very specific. It's just like a general thing. So I,
yeah,
I just think we know that's what's happening in Sanji's mind. So that's why I think it works.
It also feels kind of tongue in cheek to me. Like the such vulgarity, such I've
Yeah.
never seen so and so. It also feels like Oda kind of like saying, "Yeah, I leaned a little hard into it, but we can still have both. Sanji can
Yeah,
still be both.
yeah,
It just I love that about this scene. And
yeah, it
compassion
doesn't
was the
take
exact
away
word
from
that
the
was escaping
moment.
me at the moment. Yeah,
Yeah,
it enhances it for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
mhm.
mhm. And, yeah, so we do see the tier whales. So she says Hiera Lagrima, which I believe is iron tears.
Yeah.
So, yeah, again, I'm not sure how the iron part comes into it, but here we are.
Maybe it's like Iron Body from the Six Powers, right?
Oh, here we go. Now you're cooking.
Like used specifically with the tears, and the Glarger getting the control of the tears, and that's how they become whales. That's the next step, and that's I'm just not on her level, but we'll get there.
Like you said before, it could be a translation thing too, because like it could be like a phrase like "cry me a river" or like some phrase like
Yeah,
that like refers to big tears or like you know something exaggerated like that.
So yeah, I mean this leads us into Sanji learning the information about Doflamingo not stepping down. So he tries to warn Law before it's too late, but Doflamingo's already about to arrive. And we also have Fujitora, the new admiral, also on the scene. Yeah, unfortunately, Law seems to be on his own because Robin and Usopp are being held captive by the Tontadas. Caesar is not going to be any use because he wants to go back to Doflamingo. So, so yeah, Law's kind of in a rough spot.
Outnumbered.
I do love seeing Robin get to like make the half clone. It's cool seeing her get a little
Yeah,
utility
Yeah.
in her powers.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty useful ability.
And once again, I love the way that Law refers to like Usopp, because like when like Robin appears, he's like, "Where's the nose and your real body?"
Call the
Mhm.
nose, Nico. Dofi really is milking his little one-upsmanship on Law here. It's a little
Which feels
sarcastic.
very Dofi.
Yeah. He was even a dick in the little flashback when Violet's showing him the fact that the article was fake. Dofi saying, "Yeah, the people won't shut up about this. Is CP0 here yet?" Like, yeah, man, these people are really up in an uproar because me, their king, that I've abdicated the throne. What are they
Yeah.
crying about? Oh, my poor country. Yeah, no, my economy and world affairs are gonna work. Man, fuck you. Is like, come on.
Yeah.
What a douche.
Yeah, we can see he's not a good king who cares about his people, unlike like Cobra.
Right.
So he fits in with the world government pretty well then.
Yeah, he fits in a little too well. And I think even at the end here, Law is like under the impression that Dofi has like the pull of a celestial dragon, whether that be like a direct connection or like like a connection by association. But like, I don't know. I mean, that's like pretty huge. He's saying like that this guy's got a lot of pull, like way more pull than he should have. Like, why is that? I think Law is someone to pick up on that kind of thing. Do we get the flashback here? Yeah, we get the flashback of is it Virgo or Vargo?
Virgo.
Virgo,
Virgo,
yeah.
who's like, you know nothing of Joker's past, and that will be your downfall.
Hmm.
And Law's having this flashback in this moment, being like, how does he have this much say in this specific situation? Does he have a connection with a celestial dragon or something of that ilk?
Which I know for me, this kind of feels like a stretch. Like his logic is, I guess, because they were able to get this like news report out and deceive the world, like pretty much just for the purpose of tricking Law and his alliance here.
Hmm.
Um, but then I guess they're going to push this like retraction. But I mean, this still doesn't seem like I don't know if I'm missing something, but it doesn't seem like that outlandish to me. Especially with somebody, I think one of the seven warlords probably would have some kind of like sway in some degree. Like, they could maybe work something out, be like, oh, like we're trying to capture the Straw Hats and this rogue warlord. Here's my plan to make this happen. So I could also see maybe like a coordinated like effort with like the Navy, but I don't know exactly if I would go to like the conclusion that he must be like the same influence level of a celestial dragon.
I think even Fujitora doesn't know what's going on, and he's a naval admiral, and he's not even like up to date on this whole fake business, like this whole scheme that's going on.
Hmm.
I think for me, if I had to rationalize Law's thought process on how he could get to this conclusion, to me, it seems like the split between the Navy and the world government and where the Celestial Dragons and their propaganda machine fit into all that.
Hmm.
Because the warlords are definitely like given clearance by the Navy and are commanded by the Navy in
Hmm.
situations like Marineford, right? But it seems that the press is fully subservient to the world government more so than anything.
Yeah.
And I think that, and to me, I think it's bridging the gap from marine amnesty to let me get a piece of this propaganda machine. To me, that seems like the most unbelievable thing, especially when he's also the king of his own country, when it's about his own abdication, when it's about potentially the fact that with Dressrosa being, it seems like a pretty big kingdom, like the fact that it could have just a lot of wider reaching effects if anything were to go wrong with it. To me, that's what makes it seem like, hey, you need some fucking pull to get this to work.
Yeah, but again, like he's also the king of a world government nation. So he does have ties to the world government in that way. I think, like you said, where it's not necessarily like the Navy is involved with the reporting for the news necessarily. Like maybe like Sagazuki could like have some like information about that, but like the world government would be really who's pushing out like the propaganda, whatever. But I would still think maybe like as a king in the world government, part of it could be like I could see that being a realistic thing where it's like, oh, that's my connection to the world government, and like he could be doing something. I don't know. Like this for me, like doesn't necessarily connect the dots that Law is connecting. I'm not saying like
Mm.
it's wrong, but like Law could also have some other information that we don't know as the reader, and maybe that's also helping him draw to that conclusion.
And I
I
do
think
think we don't get as much information about like, okay, what exactly is a king at, say, the Reveries power versus an actual someone who like a noble who lives at Marie-Joie. We haven't had as many examples as
Mhm.
to what the general powers like procedurally or what
Yeah.
strings they have access to are too. So that also makes it a bit fuzzy.
But to that point, we do have CP0 here, and they are agents of world nobles specifically, which we get that little tidbit in this chapter. So I think that's another link to, like you were saying, the nobles of like world government as opposed to like Navy HQ.
Mm.
Yeah, but I don't know if Law is even privy that. Oh no, he did see
He
CP0
did,
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
yeah. They
Yeah.
saw him earlier in the cafe or whatever.
Hmm. But yeah, I don't know if he knows what their role was because like I think he was confused as to why they were there. I don't think he actually.
Right, but he might be starting to put it together right now, which is why he's saying like, oh, you must have a lot of pull to have CP0 here, to have the capacity to pull this off. The fact that like Fujitora is like kind of in the dark, I feel like are all kind of like hints, maybe.
It might not be a 100%. This is like if we're talking MythBusters, right? It might not be. This is confirmed, but it's like this is pointing me in the direction of what is plausible.
Right. But like it's just to
Yeah.
me like I'm not sure what exactly Law saw that made him say specifically a celestial dragon. Like
Yeah.
instead of like any other like conclusion or like some other possibility, like he went to that as an option, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know exactly what dots were connected to make Law draw that conclusion.
Anyone has their own thoughts to help us make sense of it, let us know.
Maybe there's
Yeah.
something that I'm overlooking too as well.
We can agree that he's kind of a dick. Because he either says, I guess I just really, really wanted to kill you, Law.
It's personal.
I think Law's also just so right where it's like, all this to get an advantage over 12 people. Really?
Mhm.
He's just that level of petty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Petty. That's
We
the connection.
are we good to move on
You
to the
couldn't
next
be
one?
this much of a petty douchebag unless you were a celestial dragon. I think that's it's not economics or the government or anything.
I
It's
mean, that
It's
checks
just-
out too.
Yeah. That's
Now
it.
I'm getting it.
He's got the vibe
That
for sure.
explains it.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Oh, we good to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Caribou's New World, Kihihi, Volume 31, a mad dash to escape the deadly pirate Scotch. Caribou runs to get as far away as possible from the pirate.
Loser.
Was there?
But we do get a name for that robot dude that we've been seeing.
What a great end to the cover story.
Scotch. Yay. He
Yay.
ran away and we never see him again ever.
Ever.
What a great conclusion.
It's done.
But did it seem weird to you guys that we get another character named Scotch after just having a character named Scotch in Punk Hazard?
Oh yeah. That's right. Scotch and what was his brother's name? Or it was Scotch and
Rock,
Rock.
Rock.
the Eddie Cool Brothers.
Yeti Cool Brothers.
Yeah, so one thing that we haven't mentioned is this character has actually appeared prior to Caribou's cover story.
Mhm.
So
Right.
there was a period in the story after Luffy's flashback for the post-war, where we're doing like the little catch up with like what's going on in the world and what the other supernovas were doing. Drake actually arrived on this island and he confronted Scotch. And Scotch said that this is one of Kaido's favorite islands, and she was warning Drake that this is like Kaido's territory. So Scotch is actually working for Kaido, and then Drake started to attack Scotch. He transformed into like his dinosaur form, and he tried to attack Scotch, and that's where we left it. So we don't know what happened to Drake.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Scotch is still around, but yeah, it was actually this island that took place because like we had like the stripy mountain type things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was actually something that had come up previously, but I totally forgot until I started like looking back into like this character. I'm like, because like, the name sounded familiar, but I'm like, well, I know the Eddie Cool brothers. I'm like, what's this other guy's deal? And then yeah, then I forgot about this whole situation, but this actually did happen before.
That's interesting.
I didn't realize we were on the same island. I like vaguely remembered Scotch from like that, but the place I had no idea. Also, I never thought to bring up. Oh, hey, wasn't this? So good on you.
Like I said, I totally forgot about it as well, so I had to look back at it.
And so, like, the revolutionary guy that he impersonated was fighting back against Kaido specifically.
That seems to be a very strong possibility
Yeah.
because like Kaido's already got like his hands with the devil fruit factory. So this could be like another like operation that he's like involved with, got his hands in to like produce weapons.
It is an island seemingly made entirely out of metal. So,
Which might be why it's such a good place to make weapons.
right. Interesting.
I do feel like that detail makes this cover story more interesting.
Yeah, I guess.
But not because of Caribou or like most of the plot development, but just because like these little details that
Yeah.
are actually now clicking.
Yep. I guess there can be more than 31 volumes if there must.
The question is just why does Caribou have to be there?
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Everything else, let's go. Otherwise, let's just take Caribou and push him somewhere else. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, let's get into the chapter. Unless you guys have any comments about Caribou running away.
I'm good.
Okay. Moving into the chapter. Chapter 713, Usoland. Law tells Doflamingo that because he didn't hold up his end of the bargain, the deal is off. The onlooking Navy officers realize that Doflamingo has been working with Caesar, but this grants him amnesty. Before Fujitora gets involved, he gives Law a chance to explain if Luffy is working with him or under him. Depending on his answer, will determine if Law will keep his status as a warlord. Law admits that Luffy is an equal partner in their alliance. Fujitora revokes Law's warlord status and unleashes a meteor onto Greenbit. Law, Doflamingo, and Fujitora use their powers to block the attack, leaving a crater, except for the pillars left where the three were standing. Sanji speaks to Frankie on a transponder snail. Frankie is already up to speed on what's happening with Doflamingo thanks to the newspapers. He tells Sanji to meet him at the flower field. Sanji is concerned because he can't make contact with Nami back on the Sunny, but Frankie tells him not to worry. Sanji notices Luffy fighting in the Coliseum on the display and is confused as to why Frankie would let him waste time doing that. Violet tells Sanji that she has to go, but gives him a secret map of the factory, which is at the House of Toys. She says she'll meet up with him later. Kinemon finds Sanji as well and tells him that his friend Kanjuro is also being kept at the House of Toys. Beneath the forest of Greenbit, Usoland has told the Tontatas that he is a descendant of their hero, Mont Blanc in Noland, filling them in on his personal adventures. They believe him because his hat has a similar shape to the chestnut on Noland's head. Leo tells Usoland that he arrived at the perfect time. After he's done eating, they will head to the flower field to meet up with the Riku Royal Army so Usoland can defeat Doflamingo.
Yeah.
Usoland. Usoland.
Usoland.
It's okay, guys. They got the big hero on their side. They got this. Yeah, so things escalate with the law situation.
Mm-hmm.
Deal is officially off. Doflamingo didn't commit to his part of the deal, so he doesn't get Caesar.
And I feel like the person who's most pissed about that is Caesar.
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
Well,
not really. I don't give a fuck about it.
Doflamingo's probably confident he's just gonna be able to get Caesar back anyway, so he's not that concerned about it. I mean, to be fair though, he's also in a good position because he's got Fujitora like fighting against Law as well. So Law is not really in a good spot.
Definitely not. And he's trying to hold a hostage.
Hmm.
In this scene, Dofi mentions Fujitora and
Ryokugyu.
Ryokugyu. Is that our first time hearing Ryokugyu?
It is.
I think so.
Green Bowl.
Yep.
Cool.
So that's the other recently promoted person to Admiral.
Yeah.
But it seems like they recruit people from like outside the Navy, or there's like a draft. And these might be like the strongest people that came from the
Right.
draft. So this is why they might not have been in the Navy before. Like why we wouldn't have heard them, and why these like strong people weren't like already fighting like in the Navy. So yeah, that must be like the reason why they're now appearing, and they kind of quickly prove themselves to be worthy of being admirals.
I'd like just the mention of there being an international military draft, because what it kind of addresses, like it like proactively addresses what some people could see as a plot hole of like as you kind of referred to, Joel. Oh, well, these guys became admirals. How come we've never seen them in the Navy? Like, we had all these heavy hitters at Marine for something like that.
Right.
But it also speaks to like the overall shift in the Marines post time skip. Just the fact, like under
Yeah.
Sakazuki, they are more aggressive. They are like
Mhm.
a little more militant. So I think this also it speaks to that as well. It's Oda's approaching it from both sides, and I think it's really nice for such a minor detail.
Yeah, that's a good point. That Sakazuki it was probably his like idea, like his decision to implement that draft.
No promotion for Kobe. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so we also, so far, we still have the color and animal. It's always a color in the Chinese zodiac. Or sorry, an animal in the Chinese zodiac.
Mm.
Okay.
So what do we think? What do we think Kobe's eventual admiral title is going to be?
Oh.
Well, pheasant wasn't one, right?
Well, it's close. I guess it's
The
closer to
chicken.
rooster. Yeah.
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 I think he'll be golden sheep.
Okay. I like that. I like sheep for Kobe, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's my sign, sheep or ram, depending on the calendar you look at.
It could be the horse.
Horse, rabbit.
Honestly, we haven't had a dragon admiral.
No, but I also don't know if I'd put Kobe as dragon, because I feel like
I think
there's
of it
more of like
in-
a ferocious to it.
I think of it in like a Magikarp to Gyarados way.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
that's where I'm coming from with it. Yeah.
Okay. Kind of
Yeah.
get big glow up.
Yeah, because that's just Kobe to
Gyarados would be
speed.
sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
You convinced me.
Kobe's the pink Gyarados.
Yeah, pink dragon. Yeah.
I love that.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm also. It's great seeing Isho's full thought process here,
Mhm.
because so far he has been like standing back, and he's had some very well placed ellipses in like the previous parts of the conversation in the last chapter. And part of it is him being, diplomatic and going through the checks and balances, saying, okay, well, if they're your subordinates, then you're fine. If you are in an alliance, it is a problem. So I do need to ask you, but it feels a little tongue in cheek here. Feels like it's a little. I mean, if you're subordinates, it's cool, but if you're an alliance, it's not, and that makes sense. It feels like he's towing a somewhat facetious line here, and I really, really enjoy that. There's
The way
something
I'm
very underplayed about him. That's
the way I read
nice.
is kind of similar to the Luffy situation, where he's like level-headed here, and I feel like he doesn't want to rock the boat, and I feel like he's willing to let this slide if Law gives like the answer that he wants to hear. Even though, like Law could lie, and I think Fujitora would accept it. But yeah, so I think he's kind of giving Law an out here, and Law doesn't like Law's actually truthful here. I'm not sure what his exact motivation is, but like he's like being upfront about it, accepting the consequences. But like Fujitora, like his interaction with Luffy previously, where he says something like, "I think it's best if you don't tell me more about you. We'll leave it that as this." He probably had a very strong suspicion that Luffy was a pirate, and if he knew that he was a pirate, he would have probably had to deal with him. But he was willing to let him go if he just didn't say it. So he's kind of like giving these people the benefit of the doubt, even when he
Yeah.
realizes like probably the reality of the situation.
He's turning a blind eye.
Yeah,
Benefit of the doubt. I like that.
yeah.
I think that sums it
There's
up
like
well.
plausible deniability to it if he's like, oh, they didn't say this outright.
Yeah.
So I
He's like,
do
I want
respect
to.
Isho in that way, where he seems to be giving them a fair chance. He's not trying to be brutal about this. Like he's trying
Yeah.
to be very level headed about the whole
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. It's very
I love.
transparent, which I
Totally. I was gonna say I love seeing Law doubling down here. Like none of the Straw Hats are here. It's not like he has to save face in front of anyone.
Yeah.
And it's one against many, and so like he could have tried to smooth talk his way out of this situation, but instead he doubles down and says we have an alliance, which makes both of these people his enemy.
Yeah.
but it also does work out for him tactically too. It's because, like he says, if it gets back to Dressrosa, it's gonna get worse. Straw Hats need to destroy the factory. So for his own plan, this does make sense.
Yeah.
But and
Good
so
point.
it and to that degree, the plan succeeding may in this moment be more important than Law's own life because he is staring down an admiral and a warlord. They're a bunch of mooks, but still a lot of mooks, right?
Yeah.
Like
Not
he is
nothing.
putting himself into a really risky situation for the sake of his plan.
Yeah,
And
even
potentially to
just
some degree, there's some respect for Luffy too, but like based on like what we're just given, like in context here, it's he's committed.
even just Dofi or Isho alone would be a almost impossible fight. So the fact he has to take
Yeah.
on both at the same time, yeah, I think that greatly decreases his chances. But like you said, that's a good point because his goal is to draw attention away from the factory to give the Straw Hats their chance to do their thing. So the more time he spends over here, distracting them, the more likely the plan can succeed. Because this is always meant to be a decoy. This is never meant to be the main plan.
Right.
But
Speaking of
then,
having to face down Isho alone.
yeah,
Holy
Yeah.
shit, man.
The shit
What?
shit dropped.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Big time.
but this is why he's
Sometimes
probably like, this is the last resort. Like, I don't want to resort to fighting if I can avoid it. But he's like, but if I have to, I will drop a meteor on your head.
sometimes the hole goes down, sometimes the hole goes up. This is a pretty cool ability as well. It's like launching this meteor into the air.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Pretty sick.
I love the way it's drawn too. Just like with like the concentric circles, like calling it forth. Like you seeing like the whatever shifting.
Wait, does he summon it or does he launch a piece of rock into the air and then it plummets back?
I'm not sure.
I guess
Um,
there's no like hole in the ground. I don't know. The way I first read it was that he like launched this thing into the air from the ground, but
Oh,
now
we
that
do
I
see
look at
like the
it
little.
again,
I don't know, but
right? The like
to
the
your credit
motion.
though,
So yeah, the cell with the circles leading into the, I guess they could be leading down from the sky, but it looks like they're leading up, and like the motion on the ground is like an upward motion.
yeah, that the little upward shoots. That's something I didn't notice at first.
Right. I thought he like launches this chunk of earth from behind him into the sky, and then it plummets back to Earth.
Oh, you might be onto something there. Yeah.
Now I'm not entirely sure because I feel like we don't see that hole. We see the hole of the meteor creates on impact. We don't see a hole. I don't know.
Maybe the impact just made a bigger hole.
Because if he's summoning it, like where is he summoning it from? Is he like
yeah.
chopping holes out of the moon and just like lobbing them down here or something?
Or hope that there's a meteor like coming by at the right time. Like,
I've got this super niche devil fruit ability.
That'd be a little crazy.
Yeah.
well, we don't know the name of his devil fruit yet, and we don't know exactly what it is he's controlling. So it could be like a force, or it
Yeah,
could
this is
be
true.
him, like it could be the force sending something up. It could be the force pulling stuff down. It could be both. But yeah, it's not totally clear because like I feel like when they had the scene in the tavern previously, I think he like kind of made the ground fall through.
Yeah. Yep. That's how I read it. Because if he had done the same move, we would have seen like the roof get torn off of the tavern, which didn't happen.
But like, yeah, I mean, it could be like he sent like this giant chunk of rock into the air, and then like it came, he pulls it back down to use like the atmosphere to like cause like the
Yeah.
meteor and then it catches on fire, like, coming back into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that we don't actually see a giant hole in the ground does make it a little bit more confusing. I'll be honest, I didn't really think about it that much.
Me either. I was
But
like,
now
big
you bring
rock,
it up, yeah.
boom.
I mean,
Boom.
regardless, it's a really cool ability, and the scene of everyone parrying the meteorite as it plummets is so sick, and it's leaving them like all on these like small little platforms in this crater is so sick.
That's like a little showdown here.
Yeah, this is like boss battle showdown arena style. So sick. And I love how they pan to their weapons. Like Law's got his hand on the blade, Fujitora's got his hand on the staff, and it's just Dofi's hand. Oh yeah, like if you look at Fujitora deflecting the meteor though, that's interesting because it kind of looks like there's like two planes.
It looks like, again, I think it's like a force that he's controlling.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
but it does look like two like shields almost. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a certain force that he's controlling that allows him to do these types of things.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, and we have this little scene with like Frankie and Sanji. They're kind of like on the same page where they're going to the flower field. They get a little bit more information about the factory. And Kinemon is also interested in going to the same place where the factory happens to be because his comrade is there.
Why couldn't Kinemon attack these people?
Yeah, I wasn't quite clear on that either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought
Or
that was
did he not
strange.
think he could? Did he not think he could beat them because they got Conjuro? Or I don't know.
He says I could not attack them.
Yeah, couldn't. Yeah, you're right. Couldn't attack them
That's so
because he couldn't beat
strange. I
them.
don't know. It just was like an odd thing.
And we know he's got a little bit of like fighting ability, so
Yeah, more than a little bit. Enough
I
to
don't know if
handle
it's
these slumps.
Nick, it says, "Can you beat them up for me?" Maybe, yeah, maybe he's just like, they're too tough for me.
Not sure. I wonder if it's some like weird like honor thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It does seem strange.
Yeah, even Sanji's like, "Can't you clean these chumps up yourself?"
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe he'll get addressed later
perhaps.
once we get to this House of Toys.
The House of Toys.
It is crazy, like just how many side quests we're on right now.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I think this feeds into something that me and Evan were talking about before we started recording, but like just the fact that like we do have the Straw Hats and Law and the Samurai in all these separate places doing all these different things, and we're switching back and forth between them so much. There's always a little bit of that in a One Piece arc, but like I feel like it's not usually split up this much.
yeah, especially so early
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. But the fact that we are still getting all these different character moments, like especially just like this, like Frankie, like masquerading as a toy, having a burger and Coke, talking with Sanji. That's
Hilarious.
so yeah, it's funny. It's so Frankie. We also
Yep.
have, I think we don't get to see Frankie and Sanji interact one on one very often. So just getting that is also really, really nice.
Mm,
Like
Yep.
and Sanji
Oda's
just like,
kind of having his cake and eating it too right now. And I hope this balance persists. There's something really nice about it.
yeah,
Agreed.
yeah, Frankie just dying and dashing over here.
Yeah.
I think, going back to the Kmon thing real quick, I think it might be because he uses swords as like a fighting style. I think he doesn't want to kill these people, and I feel like his only means of defending himself would be to kill them. So he's maybe thinking like, "Oh, Sanji, can you beat them up? Not kill them, but Sanji could beat them up without killing them." So maybe he
Hmm.
specifically didn't want to take their lives. So maybe that's why he's relying on Sanji here.
And he
See
does
that?
say, to a place called the House of Toys, my fellow conjurers being held there, I know not where it lies. So they might need that information from these dudes.
That's also a possibility too.
Yeah. Which could incentivize him to not kill them.
But maybe he could have kept one like conscious or something.
Yeah. I think the principle of what you're saying still holds up though.
Yeah, I think that's probably the reasoning behind it.
That makes sense.
And then we get a little update here on what's going on with Usopp and what he actually told like the Tontatas. and why they're calling him
Amazing.
Usoland. So this
Fire.
nice tie back to the Nolan story.
Best lie ever.
Love it. Do you think the hat was influenced by the chestnut?
Not at all.
Yeah, I think it was a complete coincidence. That
Not a
he's
chance.
like, well, I can
Not
use
a
this.
chance. Oh yeah, this is great. I love all of this. That last panel is so good too. That expression we get from Usopp in the last panel.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, that's
Incredible.
one of my favorite faces that he makes.
Ah, so good.
He's just like, hmm?
Incredible.
I expect
Yeah.
that it intensifies over the course of the page too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, because at the top he's like, hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
Perfect.
Yeah, because like Usop's plan was to be like, hey, let's just like take advantage of this. Yeah, they're treating us like kings. Like, let's eat the food, get some gifts, and we can just get out of here. And they're like, oh, we got a different idea for you, Mr. Hero.
They also are finding themselves in a bit of a rebellion, just like Frankie.
Yeah, because we know that the Tontatos have been actively tracking Doflamingo, and they've been keeping tabs on him, and they're not happy with like the situation with Doflamingo. It seems like they are actually working with this army. They call it the Riku Royal Army that they're going to meet up with. So it seems like they have like some kind of like revolution planned to take down the current ruler.
And we know
Yes.
they're pretty powerful. We saw them take down that fish. I'm intrigued.
All right. Any other thoughts on this one?
I'm good.
Okay, let's move on. So just real quick, we also have this SBS question where we have a breakdown of Law's nicknames for the different Straw Hats. So he calls some of them by their name, um, but one other funny one is Robo, which is Frankie,
Yeah.
Robo's great.
And Boney for Brooke.
and Boney from Brooke.
I maintain that Law was just as transfixed by the Frankie tank as the kids at Punk Hazard. And this is just evidence for my agenda.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Moving on to the next part of the cover story. Caribou's New World, Kihihi, Volume 32. Back at the port, my abandoned lackeys. The rest of the Caribou pirates managed to escape from the Navy on one of their ships and landed on the island where Caribou is.
Look at that.
Wow, crazy.
They did it.
They did it.
Against all odds, they're here.
They really did it. Hooray.
Okay. Let's move on to the chapter itself. Chapter 714, Lucy and Moocy. Gila, another member of Trouble's army, as part of the Doflamingo pirates, appeared from within the Sunny and turned the Straw Hats that were defending the ship into living versions of paintings. The voice that they had heard earlier coming from within the ship was hers. Her orders were to seize Momonosuke and the ship, but the Straw Hats won't let her. The Straws tried to draw her attention away from the ship using their other vehicles, but Gila just turns the Sunny into a living painting as well. At Corrida Coliseum, Gladiator Ricky declines medical aid, which he says is an embarrassment to be treated after surviving a battle to the death. Rebecca sees he is hurt and shows concern. She encourages him to accept the medical attention. The Gladiator seems to know Rebecca and internally begs for her to forgive him. Inside, Bellamy has received instructions from Doflamingo to assassinate Luffy. He's being given one final chance to become one of his officers. Bartolomeo confronts Cavendish, telling him that Lucy isn't his to kill. When Cavendish protests, Bartolomeo insists that he and Lucy go back even further. The battle for Block C is in full swing. Hadrudin the Giant is showing to be one of the frontrunners, while Lucy has tamed the Raging Bull, capturing the hearts of the crowd. Lucy has named the bull Moocy and charges through the combatants. That is, until he is stopped in his tracks by the giant. Hadrudin squashes both with his shield to the crowd's dismay. Lucy gets to his feet and checks on Moocy, but the bull is knocked out. Lucy shocks the crowd by taking out the giant in one blow.
Glorious.
Sick.
So that's some good stuff here.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in this one. From the top, Giola. Did I say that right? Giola?
I think so.
That could be Joel. Yeah.
What a cool ability. And what a cool devil fruit power. This is amazing. I love seeing our main character slowly turn into pieces of artwork. We got some Picasso. We got some Picasso
Mhm.
in there. We got some Cubism with Chopper.
Got
The
Munch.
Scream. Yeah, Munch. The Scream. Like, so cool. Some great references there.
Really love that one for. Really love the scream for Brooke. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah, so perfect.
if he doesn't change back, I won't. I won't be that mad.
It's
Or you could
perfect.
take up, a role as Ghostface. He could be a serial killer.
Hey,
Mm, yep. If this whole pirate thing doesn't work out. Yeah, what a cool devil fruit. Really creative, really fun, well executed. I'm a fan.
Yeah, just like Cody was saying, like they're starting to be more like abstract. Even the art is becoming abstract.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yep,
they're like
yep,
outside the box
yep.
and like getting wacky. It's like these are the kinds of things are like not as like straightforward as like, oh, this person can make fire. This person controls sand. It's like, those are things that are like more straightforward. There's like, different applications to like how they're more creative with them, which is, different. But this like as a whole concept is just something that I feel like you would immediately think, oh, like what's a devil fruit? Like this is one I would come up with as an idea of a devil fruit, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like Baroque Works had a lot of that, where it was like kind of a few like off the wall, like pretty creative and like abstract kind of devil fruit abilities, or just like
Hmm.
characters and themes and stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, she does feel kind of reminiscent of Miss Golden Week.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Yeah,
too.
Golden Week in power, Miss Merry Christmas in design, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. We haven't really seen like the negative effects of it yet. It's just like this is bad. We're turning into artwork. How do I explain this to my mom?
I told you not to go to art school. Now look what happened to you.
Although, kind of do dig the new Mask of the Sunny, like the new sun, the Picasso esque like sun at the front of this. It's pretty sweet.
I won't lie, it's making me think of the Behelit in Berserk, and I don't know how I feel about that,
It's those
but it's
lips.
probably fine. It is you're right. It is 100%.
Yeah, this is
uh,
making me think of like Delmise from Pokemon.
Also,
mm,
Like I'm sure there's like also like a reference to maybe like some kind of like specific painting.
yeah, I want to say it's a Picasso reference. Anyways, maybe Frankie sees it, takes some, inspiration.
It's like, oh, I can fix
yeah,
that.
Yeah, no, I think Frankie would be devastated if he saw the ship right now.
truly crash out.
Yeah, then we move to the Coliseum. We have this whole exchange with Rebecca and Ricky, which is very curious.
Very curious. I think this supports my theory a little bit, or something along those lines. Like he's definitely got a connection to Rebecca, and we've spent a lot of time on him for just being some no-name gladiator who doesn't have any play in this narrative. So, because we get a flashback here with Rebecca, or a vision, or something like that. So,
Yeah,
I think that Ricky is more than meets the eye for sure.
and he refuses to take his helmet off.
Yep, and he is interestingly wearing a Jolly Roger on his back.
Uh huh.
Like a skull and crossbones. Yeah,
I feel like that's probably not standard gladiator wear. That's definitely maybe pirate history or something.
could be. And then we have like a little turn with the Bellamy and Luffy broship that they had going on over here, where Bellamy is being instructed to kill Luffy. So his only path to his goal of being one of Doflamingo's officers is now to kill the person who he started to mend that bridge. So now he's like, all right, well, I guess I have to decide if this is what I want to do.
Yep. He's looking conflicted.
Yeah, I mean, like 2 years ago, he probably would have like loved this, but
Sure.
like we talked about, he's done a little maturing since then.
Yeah, we did talk about the friendship they started to build last episode. Interesting. He does not look pleased.
Sucks it's happening to him now, but it's also great to see it happening to him now.
Yeah,
Right. A good point.
yeah. So now we have like two kind of like callbacks to like Jaya with Nolan and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Bellamy. So it's interesting how
Yeah.
that is now coming back up and being relevant to this part of the story.
Point.
And we also have this interesting development here as well, where Bartolomeo has conversation with Cavendish, where he mentions that it seems like he has some kind of like history with Luffy.
Right. And we don't have, there's no obvious history between them that we've seen, right?
No,
Right. I don't think so.
we get clues with him saying that they go back further. When the hell that was,
Right. But we
we
don't
haven't
know.
seen.
He's not referencing a time. We haven't seen them together or know of their history yet.
And then, since it's associated with this chapter, if we look at the SBS, it does mention that one, his birth is October 6th, samesies, birthday buddies. Second, he's from the East Blue.
Oh, yeah. I did catch that too.
And so
Hmm.
where that puts him, whether it's like maybe before Luffy started his journey or something like that, who knows? He could be some kid from Windmill Village for all we know.
It could be some
Yeah.
kid from Great Terminal.
Actually, he's 7 years older than Luffy. He could be associated like Porshmi and Blue Jam, or like some Apprentice Pirate with them or something.
Could be a Blue
He
Jam
d-
son.
He does fit the vibe. He fits the aesthetic. Everyone's like, "Are they serious? Could it be? They wouldn't tell me unless they think that they're not going to tell me, in which case maybe it's true. But then if they think that I think that they're not going to tell me, but they are telling me, then they can't be telling me. Right?
It's a red
Right?
herring.
No.
I don't know, man. And what's in the box?
What's in the box?
I love the hazard and danger stickers on it.
Looks pretty heavy.
Looks intense.
Yeah, and intense is what's going on with this Coliseum battle, where things
Mhm.
are now like in full swing. We see some names starting to pop up here. Luffy's having a good time with Moocy and winning the crowd over, which is pretty great.
Classic. What a punch, too. This is a great, great panel.
Oh yeah,
Luffy, feller of giants.
yeah. After it looked like Hadruden just like took both Lucy and Moocy out and went
Yeah.
back, but Lucy recovers and he's like, "I'm gonna get revenge for what you did to my moose. I mean, my bull."
It is so nice seeing Luffy charm the audience by taming this wild animal.
Yeah,
It's like they're seeing it's like they're seeing in Luffy what we have come to enjoy about Luffy and get so used to with Luffy. I don't know. It's
yeah.
just
Again,
very pure.
just this random bull that's for some reason got entered into this competition. Who signed up this bull?
Yeah. Right?
It's like this guy makes allies wherever he goes. It's like Mihawk
Literally.
said.
Even in a ring, that's a battle to the death. He makes a friend.
We also get the name of the announcer, which is Gyatz.
Yep.
He's trying to say impartial, but he's having a hard time.
Honestly, here for it.
Yeah. Pretty
Gots is
goofy.
my favorite Twitch streamer.
All right, any other thoughts on this one?
It's a third Jaya callback
Another one?
because Luffy literally caves in Hadruden's head just like he did Bellamy.
And one punch.
Yep.
One old punch.
Keeps happening.
Oh, and his helmet looks like a south bird.
Holy shit. Oda, what are you trying to say to us?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oda, what are you trying to say? It's all connected, man.
He's like, yeah, the people who skip Skypiea have no idea what's happening right now.
Good. They
Sucks
deserve to be
them.
confused. No sympathy for Skypiea skippers.
All right, let's move on to the next part of the cover story. Caribou's New World, Kihihi, Volume 33. Remember what our dead grandma always said. Brothers need to get along. Caribou hugs his brother, but Caribou seems less thrilled by their reunion.
This is sweet. I still hate them both.
Yeah, 100%.
We get to see
Caribou less
Corribou pre-lizard.
Well, the lizard's on his shoulder. It's not on his head.
Oh, I didn't even see it on his shoulder. I'm wrong. I stand corrected.
Oh, but it looks like they were probably fighting, and then the grandma had to
Yeah.
like bump him on the head.
Yep.
Like, hey, you two, knock it out. Get along.
Lizard dodged the punch.
I think the grandma's a fan of Vash the Stampede. Love and peace.
Nice.
Remind me, I need to watch Trigun.
I haven't seen the new one.
I also have not seen the new one.
Next podcast. We're waiting on those suggestions. If you don't, it's just gonna be a different thing every week.
Nah, it's just gonna be One Piece every week.
The reread.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we finished One Piece. What are we gonna read now? How about One Piece? All right.
One Piece. And after that, we can read One Piece.
Yeah. You're onto something. All right, let's get into the chapter. Chapter 715, the Battleground of Block C. With Hadruden down, Lucy picks up Moocy and offers to protect him during the rest of the fight. The boxer Hideo shows he's a force to look out for as he blasts the giant's knocked out body into the stands. Sai, Blue, and Chin Jao from Kano show off by taking out some enemies as well. Jeet the Bandit collects as many weapons as he can, taking out a few people during the process. Kelly Funk is flying off the handle, brutalizing someone who's already knocked out, while his brother Bobby Funk tries to calm him down. Blue interferes by punching Kelly and calling him a shrimp. The crowd is underwhelmed by the Funk brothers, but they reveal their might when they seem to merge, and Blue is now easily defeated. Jeet the Bandit takes Lucy's helmet, so he has to try to hide his identity as he gets it back. Chin Jao knocks some people out of the way as he makes his way to Lucy. The number of fighters is dwindling down as the crowd wonders who will win this round.
I know I talk about my dream roles in One Piece a lot and where I fit into the story. Honestly, I think Kelly Funk is my greatest chance of playing a One Piece character.
I could have been a contender.
Could have been. Hey, he called me a shrimp. Hey, bro, put it on. Put it on. I'm not joking no more. He called me a shrimp. You heard it.
Put him
Oh
up.
my god. Put him up.
I'm down. Plan A doesn't work, then no, forget what I said about Barto last time. We're just immediately transitioning to Kelly Funk. Plan A doesn't work.
Yeah, I'll be a CGI Bobby Funk for you.
I'm down.
It's okay,
I'm
okay,
down.
bro. It's okay.
Let's go. That's just me and Joel at a One Piece tournament. Just like the one of Bobby holding it back. No, that's just me crashing out at a One Piece tournament and Joel being like, "Hey, chill, man. I don't know where they got this footage. He said he doesn't like the data. I'm gonna fuck him up.
Now then I jump in and start fighting too.
No, we do have a really cool cast of characters in C Block. We got a few last time, but I love the design of Hideo, this long arm tribe boxer dude. Sai and Boo with the Kano country Kenpo, and then John Ango, John the Bandit. Honestly, kind of a sleeper for me. Someone I didn't appreciate as much my first time, but it's cool. One, seeing a bounty hunter, because I feel like we just forgot about those after a little while.
They're out there.
Yep.
And we do get some world building of it, like, oh, they stormed Impel down 2 years ago, and all these level 6 prisoners were out there. So it's cool that they're still part of the world, and the world still informs them. And I think he's got a cool aesthetic.
Yeah, he is pretty cool.
John Ango, I'm a fan.
Yeah, he's a cool looking character.
Also collecting as many swords as you can.
Just wondering, like, what if that's not a cactus hat? What if that's just the top of his head and he's wearing a visor?
We'll see.
And his head literally is a potted plant, like a cactus in a pot.
I would just vibe with it even more.
Oh boy. Yeah, and Hideo, I don't think he is a long arm. I think he just has weird arms.
Oh,
he's only got one elbow. He just got shoulders for days.
Oh, he's part of the long shoulder tribe.
Yeah, long shoulders.
The long delt tribe.
But it surprised me that this wasn't a devil fruit. This is just this guy.
I wonder if it's artificial. Because, like, look at his hands.
Yeah, his hands do look robotic.
You're saying he's on the juice.
Yeah.
Is Hideo natty?
He's on
They
gear.
say the shoulders are the tell. They say the shoulders are how you tell if someone's on roids.
Yeah, he's on that gear, the middle gear.
That second gear.
But that could be why he's the cannon of destruction. And we know he doesn't have a devil fruit because he wants to
Yep.
eat the flame fruit.
Yeah.
Unless he has a death wish.
Or he's just stupid.
Could be that. Yep.
Could just be ignorant.
But we also do get in the SBS after this chapter where his character is actually a reference to a robot character from a different show called Ideon.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think that could be further
Arms.
support that he could be robot arms, which I don't think I've ever picked up on that before.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Joel, but I again, this was when I was reading it week to week, or in some points not at all. So I never read the SBSs for the Dressrosa
Ah, okay.
at all. So yeah, a lot of like these little bits and pieces. I'm like, oh, this is my first time hearing that about, the rabbits and the waves or Abdullah and Jeet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea that they were based on wrestlers. That's insane.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah, there's just so much going on in this arc. Just so many new characters, new abilities, things happening constantly.
I feel like Oda's just having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it
I'm
would make
entertained.
sense. Like, yeah, it makes sense that he'd be pulling from other things because he has all these different characters he's trying to make. So he's like, in order to actually produce this many characters, he's probably looking at other things as references and making things off of that for like inspiration.
Mhm.
At least in some of these cases.
It's like kind of somebody says, sorry, I had so many characters introduced, I started having a bit too much fun with them.
Yeah.
You're like, aw, buddy.
I'm glad he's having fun.
It's not
It
One Piece
is
about us
fun.
not having fun. Yeah.
Right. But that fun is tangible. Like you can tell. You can tell he's
Oh,
having
yeah.
fun, and I think it's fun for the readers.
Yeah, it makes it more rewarding that way.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's what the audience likes about Luffy taming the bull, right? It's like that's the same thing. Like that's what we like about Oda. That's what they like about Luffy. I think that it shines through in everything that makes the story so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice parallel.
Because it's so it just fits Luffy's character so perfectly. Brings a little comic relief to an otherwise battle to the death.
While still being that, though.
While still
It doesn't
being
stop being a battle to the death.
Sure.
Like it's like, no, there are still stakes. It can be like it's just so great that it can
But
be.
Luffy's having fun. Like Luffy himself is having fun.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
But I mean, for a battle to the death, though, it seems like some people are surviving because like they
Yeah,
give
this is
medical
true.
treatment to people from the previous rounds. So.
Yeah, this is true.
Hey man, you gotta sell tickets. You gotta get the watch count up. You gotta get people talking in the chat. It's
true.
Sometimes
Thing is like you sign the waiver. Once you go in there, we can't guarantee your life. So
we can't guarantee your death either. But like, just don't worry about that part. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we get this like insight to the Funk brothers here, where we see like how we briefly talked about them before, but Kelly Funk just going like crazy on this one dude. He's already knocked out, and then he's just like still mad. So this guy clearly has anger problems. And then like Bobby is not helpful because he's trying to like stop his brother, but he's like holding down the wrong guy. So he's kind of he's trying, but he's very bad at this.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not really too impressive so far. Where they're the only person they're able to beat is this one dude that they're just beating on after he's knocked out, holding him down. They're kind of doing their own thing over here, and then Boo, is like, oh, okay, let me take these guys out. I was like, oh wow, that guy was really easy to beat. But then we see that there's like this transformation happen where it looks like they kind of transform. Now it's a different story. Boo just gets wrecked here.
Funk fusion.
Funk Soul Brother. However the song goes. Truly was our Funk Soul Brothers.
One thing I thought was weird is that their naming convention it's the opposite of what it has been in One Piece, where their last name is second. Because normally the conventions have been, it would be like Funk Bobby and like Funk Kelly, but we know that they're the Funk brothers.
Right. It's probably to make the Funk Brothers reference or whatever.
Shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just interesting that for some reason, like their surname is actually second, like which is normal for like English like conventions.
True. But I'm wondering how it translated. Like, I wonder if even in Japanese it was like Funk Brothers.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it was intentionally Funk Brothers, but yeah, I just don't
It's just
know.
like the order of it.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
I mean, if I look on the wiki, the way it's normally written in Japanese is Keri Fanku, so it would be a Western order of their names,
Hmm.
even in the original Japanese translation. Um,
Okay, so they just left it in the same order how it was written in Japanese.
yeah, yeah. It would be an anomaly even in the original translation.
Okay. I mean, that gives
Um,
some insight into it.
yeah, so it was. I don't know. Like, I guess they do seem more. I don't want to say American, but more Western than a
Yeah.
lot of the characters
Oh
they're
yeah.
designed. So maybe that's part of it. But they're also. I don't think they're the only like more Western-ish characters we've seen in One Piece. So I can't say that definitively either.
All right. But yeah, anything else on this one?
I'm good.
All right. Move on to Caribou's New World Kihihi Volume 34. Behold the fate of the grandmother of the Revolutionary Army Captain Gabaru. Scotch makes an example of the old lady, holding her up in front of everyone else after defeating her.
Despicable.
Loser.
She messed with the wrong robot.
Yeah. I can't believe Hagrid is friends with this guy.
Bro. Not Hagrid.
So he has a number on his shoulder. Chin Jao had a number on his forehead.
Yeah.
Are they connected?
Perhaps. We had a couple numbers in the arena. They're from Kano.
Yeah.
Maybe Wano is part of Kaido's jurisdiction.
Okay, so you think this island might be part of Wano, which is connected to Kano or Kano, and they're all connected to Kaido?
Maybe.
Okay.
Not sure. The numbers are suspicious.
I don't think there's actually any like actual connection.
No.
I just thought it was like weird that we see like 12 and like 18 on these people.
Well, I think it's. Wait, where's the 18?
It's on his right shoulder, on Scott's right shoulder.
Oh, I see. Yes. Sorry. You said Kano, and I immediately thought of Sai and Don Shinjo.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's like Chin Jao has a 12 on his like forehead or something.
I think it's what number commander they were. Oh, but no relation to Scotch. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm with you now. I'm with you now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
cut-
just
cut
drawing a connection that's probably not there at all.
Yeah.
All right, well, moving on to the chapter itself. Chapter 716, Chin Jao. Sai is surprised that Boo is defeated. Kelly Funk used the power of his jacket fruit to cover his more timid brother, taking over his powerful body and using his aggressive personality to brutalize anyone who stood in their way. Sai is not intimidated by the combined power of the Funk brothers and easily defeats them. Chin Jao confronts Lucy, telling him that his grandfather made him lose out on a fortune, as well as some of his strength and memories of his youth. He wants to kill Luffy to make Garp feel that loss. Jean the Bandit hears that Garp is his grandfather and connects the dots. Jean the Bandit has made it his personal mission to capture all of the impelled down escapees, which would include Luffy. Chin Jao gets frustrated by Jean, so he knocks him out of the ring. Sai and Adeelah clash, but both are in the way of Lucy and Chin Jao's fight. They get knocked out of the way as the two dash toward each other, resulting in a clash of fists as both use Haki as the Supreme King. They are the only two fighters left standing, so it all comes down to this.
Yo, what the funk? Jacket fruit, easily the weirdest fruit the like strangest fruit we've seen. This is demented. This is like horror film.
Yeah, he just turns into like a flap of
He
skin.
turns
He has like a
into
zipper.
a jacket that his brother wears.
The most insane.
That's
We've
insane.
talked about some weird powers.
Yeah.
How do you get this idea? Right?
Yeah.
Like it's one thing. The power is pushing. The power is art. No, the power is jacket. How? Where? Why? And like a jacket and not even like a shirt. Like a jacket is so specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to zip that shit up, dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
weird.
I do love it as well. Like
Oh my god.
it's like dumb, but like in such a good way.
Yeah.
But like I love also like how they complement each other in this way where it makes it like the perfect ability for them
Right.
because Kelly Funk wants to go around and beat everybody up. He doesn't have the strength to back it up, but his brother doesn't really want to fight, but he's more powerful. So it's like, hey, let's combine these two characters into one, and that way they can kind of use like each other's strengths and beat up other people, and that's how they're so powerful. So it's great in execution. It's such a weird concept, but great in execution.
Yeah. It works, but it is out there.
Yeah, and then they still get wrecked by Psy. So I think it just kind of shows like how strong Psy is.
Yeah. These Kano fighters are pretty sweet.
My guy John Ango also met the same fate.
Mhm.
On Chin Jao this time.
Yeah, this guy is angry. He is not letting this grudge go.
I do just love like Jean Ango is like staying tuned into the conversation going on. Like, oh, his grandpa's Garp, 100%. That it's Straw Hat. The rumors
Mhm.
were true.
Yeah.
Talking about the Impel Down escapees, like working that back in, giving us updates there.
Yeah.
Also, was like, I want the full set, including Ivankov. And Louis says, oh, how's Eva doing?
So good.
It's like
Amazing.
only catching like 10% of the conversation.
You and I are not the same. You listen to everything. I barely listen to shit.
Yeah. It's a cool panel. I love getting the headshots of our beloved pirates in Jean's hat here.
Yeah.
So cool.
Speaking of his hat, Evan, were you being facetious when you talked about what's under his hat?
A little bit. Yeah, we see his hat pop off here. I just thought it would have been
I just
hilarious if his head was a cactus.
well, his head is kind of a cactus though,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
but it's
It
a
is
cactus
prickly.
under another cactus.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, it is a cactus under a cactus.
Because why not?
Wait.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I was like totally joking earlier, but you're right. It is a cactus under a cactus.
it's so
Oh
stupid.
my
I love
god.
it.
That's hilarious. Wow.
This
Or
guy's underrated.
Maybe he sheds maybe he like molts cactuses, and so he has one that fits. Use it as a hat for his cactus.
Or was it one cactus that broke?
Don Chin Jao headbutts him, and then it's like the cactus hat comes off, like cactus and visor and all. It's like a cactus piece and brim. And then the
Hmm.
next panel, we still see his head is shaped like a cactus.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But
it's
like
one under the other.
but we also see like his hat is coming off when Don Chinjao says, "Stop poking me, you punk."
Mhm.
I
Right.
was just wondering if it was like the cactus goes through a hole in the hat, and then like the cactus broke in half, and like he still had part of his head left over, or if it was just
Oh,
a cactus over, like
But
if the cactus was part of the hat or not.
the
Like is it top
dimensions
versus
seem like
I
bottom?
love that we're having this
just wanna-
conversation right now.
it's so God. Wow, we really are, aren't we?
Because
Holy shit.
the hat looks intact, so I want to think that it wasn't like the cactus broke off, and then in the next panel, it looks like a fully formed cactus head, but it doesn't have the little
Yes.
like cacti arms.
And as we and looking and just comparing like top panel of that page to bottom panel of that page, like the dimensions of the cactus on the hat look like they're to scale, which leads me to believe that in my hat power scaling, it was not broken.
Yeah, I'm not saying that
Incredible.
that's what it was, but I'm proposing the question like, was that the case or not? Or is it kind of like a wig where he's insecure that his like cactus head
Oh,
wasn't
I see what you
enough
mean.
of a cactus, and now he's wearing well now he has to wear like the hat over to make his cactus look more impressive than it really is because he's insecure.
Mm.
His head doesn't look like enough like a cactus, so
I see.
he's
Anyway, good
overcompensating
question.
now. Yeah, but no, like
I,
I wasn't sure if it
I
was
buy
like
that.
yeah, I wasn't sure though
Amazing.
if before it was like he had the cactus going through like the hole in the hat to be like one part of the cactus, or if he just had the hat over the cactus and the cactus is just part of the hat or not.
And maybe he's just growing it out, you know?
Maybe.
And then he also kind of has like a Morgan chin thing going on as well, where he's got like this like some
Yep.
kind of like implant thing where it's like going over his real jaw.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just an interesting design.
For sure.
I know who my vote for next cover story is.
And that one's going to be 100 chapters.
Please. I want 1,000
I'll
chapters
take that.
of Shinango. That'd be sick.
Just him going after every impel down escapee and failing to capture them.
Fire. That's world building.
Yeah, and then we pretty much end this chapter where there's like that clash where we see both Luffy and Chin Jao using armament hockey and clashing, but also seems like they use the hockey of the Supreme King to knock out like anybody else around them too. So they're both forces to be reckoned with.
I also just love how wrong the Gyats and the commentators are about who the final two are going to be.
Yeah, this is so great. I love how the battle's going on and then they're upstaged very quickly by Luffy and Chin Jao. That was fun.
I think it's also something that's really nice about the fact that Oda did go with the battle royale for these first couple parts of the tournament.
Yeah.
Because like with the way Oda is, the amount of characters he's gonna have and how much he's gonna want to do with them and showcase everybody, like just a standard elimination bracket, there's not going to be time for that. So Oda does get to show everyone, but it does still give him the chance, like, oh, let's focus on a one-on-one here. Let's focus on like
Yeah.
what in any other manga would be like an actual tournament match between Ideo and Sai. It's just it's the most versatile way to present a tournament arc, which I think just works to Oda's strengths really well.
Yeah, it's way to keep things moving and not getting too bogged down.
Mhm.
Like it keeps the pace going and it gives an excuse to bring in all these crazy characters. And we do get time dedicated to some of these characters as well. But like I feel like it's not too much time. It's like you get like a little bit here and there. It's like just enough to be like that this is like super entertaining, but like it's also like keeping things moving and not getting lost in like all these different characters and it's like really slowing down the story. So it's kind of like a nice way to balance that while keeping things feel fresh.
Totally.
While still mirroring how interconnected everything in Dressrosa and like the greater world is too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say you can kind of like power scale it too as you go because it's like, oh, these two guys are fighting and they're at the same level. But then this guy steps in and it's like way stronger than both of them, but he's not as strong as this guy. You know, it's like
Yeah.
you can quickly like power scale and compare people's levels of ability instead of it just being like a one-on-one every single fight. But speaking of one-on-one fight, we get this sweet panel of Luffy and Chin Jao bumping fists.
Fist bump, bro.
Which is sick because we're seeing Supreme King hockey, armament hockey from both combatants, which is like pretty hyped to see how this one shakes out.
Yeah, so
Such
it
a
looks like
dynamic panel.
because they're both using Hockey of the Supreme King, it's causing this like a zap effect. And it's like
Yeah,
this giant clash. We haven't seen this before. We haven't seen two people fighting with that ability like use it like actually at the same time.
yeah, literally creating sparks or zaps of energy, like you said. I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure.
But yeah, that's where we're gonna leave things for this episode.
Oof, pretty epic.
Yeah. So any final thoughts for this chapter or the volume so far?
I was so ready to keep reading. Like
Yeah.
I procrastinated the chapters and I read them before we started the podcast, but I was like, oh wait, we have to start. I want to see the end of the tournament. I want to keep going now, damn it.
Yeah, I'm
Having
having
already
so
read
much
them
fun.
before. Yeah.
We have that to look forward to.
Can't wait.
So there's been a lot of like nice story progressions, like little check-ins here and there. We kind of have like a good sense of like what's going on. Some of the pieces are starting to connect a little bit, but yeah, this has mostly been about the confrontation with Law and Doflamingo and like the handoff kind of going wrong, and like the Block C going on here. You know, we got some Sanji information, a little bit more information about the factory, so that helps like with Frankie as well. Usopp and the Tontadas with Robin. So we're kind of getting like a sense of like what is happening with these people, and also checking with the Straw Hat crew and the Sunny, which is in a pretty tough spot right now.
Yeah, we got multiple showdowns to look forward to.
Yeah, I said before, but like it still just feels like the balance of focus is really, really well split here in
Yeah.
Dressrosa so far.
Yeah.
I'm really, really impressed by that.
A lot of great callbacks. There's also something fun and like now nostalgic about like Sanji with his like womanizer like side coming back and playing a role in his little side story, and Usopp with his like telling tall tales coming back and playing a role in his side story as well. Um,
Yeah.
it's kind of fun. It just feels like old times.
Yeah. All right, but that will conclude this week's episode of the We Are Reading One Piece podcast. You can find this episode wherever podcasts are found at We're Reading One Piece podcast at buzzsprout.com or on the YouTube channel at We're Reading One Piece. This is a spoiler-free channel up to where we have recorded the podcast. So if you're new to the series, you can visit the channel there. You can also find me and this podcast on my YouTube channel at Pirate King Codex for more One Piece content. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, you can reach us at wearereadingonepiece at gmail.com. We'd love to hear from listeners, so if you're enjoying the show or if you have any suggestions on how we can make it better, let us know. Next episode, we'll be finishing Volume 72, Dressrosa is Forgotten. I've been Joel, and I've been joined by Evan.
Thanks for listening.
And Cody.
Jackets forever.
All right. Well, be sure to bring along all your hopes and dreams, and we'll see you on the next episode.